What's up, everybody? How you doing? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to another one. I'm Juby the Tubi. You're here with family above everything, and I apologize about this little technical difficulty that I have right now with this with Zenray's chat, because right now his camera is looking like trash. So we're just gonna leave it as is for today, but hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys had a great weekend. And we're back with another one. Burgers, what's going on, my brother? Go New York, go New York, go. Unfortunately, New York didn't have nothing working today. They didn't have nothing in the bag. They were outsynced, outmuscled, outplayed. And it was a straight up embarrassment tonight here on Martin Luther King's day, as well as Coach Tom Thibodeau's birthday, 64. Looks like the Knicks won't be coming to that after party, and they won't be singing and dancing. Looks like he'll be having them train and practice in the gym because today, I normally used to saying tonight, but today was abysmal. No defense, no heart, no desire. Scoring was okay for a couple of players, but defensively, they were just straight trash. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope y'all staying safe. For those of y'all who don't know, I know Burgers know, I do stream on Twitch, and I'm trying to become affiliated on that. So for those of you who embark on my journey and assist me in becoming affiliated, I have decided to give back something to the viewers. It's a two-part. Besides the fact that I'm going to be shaving my head, which I tremendously adore, I'm going to be doing a giveaway once becoming affiliated of a gift card or maybe some V-Bucks for those of you who play Fortnite, for those of you who play COD, maybe a skin of some sort. But stay tuned. I'll put some descriptions on the channel. If you haven't followed my TikTok, it'll be on there as well. But definitely check me out on Twitch. Help me reach that plateau and that goal. Much appreciated with that. The links are in the bio. But let's get right to it real quick. And this afternoon, we're going to do some streaming and some gaming. So if you haven't checked me out yet, might be doing some Halo and some COD. But let's get Zenray in here from Zenray Sports TV to get his take on everything today. Zenray, what's going on, my brother? Happy Monday.
I don't see you on my screen.
You don't see me on your screen. Hold on one second. I apologize. I had to restart. There you go.
Juby the Tubi, I was just explaining to everyone 4 years ago, we were debating about who the Knicks should pick up. I was a big Knox guy. My second choice was Miles Bridges. And I think they had Mikal Bridges available as well. He's with Phoenix. And we were debating, and I was saying, look, I'm a Kevin Knox guy. We should take him. He's younger. He has a long-term good career, and he should have one in the NBA. And then my second choice was Miles Bridges, a 3-and-D type player. And look to the type of player he developed. Charlotte Hornets obviously they picked him at the 12th pick, and look at the type of player he turned out to be. He had a career high 38 points here, and congratulations to him. A good young man. He plays well. He plays great defense. He was a Michigan State guy. He was drafted in the first pick, the 12th pick. I'm sorry, by the Los Angeles Clippers, and I think they swapped picks or something like that year. And the Charlotte Hornets made a great pick. He's only 23 years of age, 6'7", 225 pounds. He averages almost 20 points a game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists a game. And tonight, or this afternoon, the matinee at the Garden, of course, stars are born, and usually the opposing team, like you always say, hey, congratulations to them. The good news, like I mentioned at the early start, is the Knicks once again kept their opponents under 100, but they didn't score.
Yeah. Listen, Miles Bridges, this guy Bridges had a career night, career day. Those are dimes a dozen. When you have it, that rim looks like a fishnet. So he just had it going today. That's the only reason they won that game. That's one of the reasons they won that game. So salute to him. He's having a Julius Randle last year kind of season, because he's normally not this good. I'll be honest with you. This season is where he's coming out of his shell. And I know that because I play fantasy basketball, and I've had him on my fantasy team for the last 3 years, and he has not done what he's doing this season. So now everybody's going to want him on their fantasy league. But enough of that. Defensively, the Knicks were just abysmal this afternoon. I guess they didn't have their morning coffee or their Wheaties because they just look lackadaisical. They look one step slower. Besides RJ and Julius scoring, there wasn't too much scoring being there involved. Defensively, everybody on that team, I'm not even going to categorize one particular person who did well because everybody could not play no defense today. Bridges was the key man in that first half to give them such a big lead. But then in the third quarter, right when I opened up my mouth to you because we were talking, this guy, their small forward, power forward, what's his name? Gordon Hayward had a great third quarter, and they ballooned that lead, and we just didn't have it today. But luckily, we're back at it tomorrow evening, where they should have all the coffee and all the Wheaties in the world. I just feel bad because it's Tom Thibodeau's birthday, and I don't think the Knicks are invited to the after party. I think they're going to stay in the gym working on those damn free throws because, for Christ's sake, they're called free throws for a reason. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be having them running drills for the rest of the day.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because that was my next point. The Knicks lost by 10 points, and the Knicks missed 10 free throws. So that's a difference in the game there. If you don't, obviously, we spoke about this plenty of times. Horrible free throws. I think they're probably one of the worst. They shot 52% in free throws, 11 for 21. So let's say it doesn't average out this all the time. But let's say you have those 10 free throws. The game is closer than you think. You can make a run and you can come back. But that's only one of the reasons they lost the game. The Knicks defense, like you mentioned, non-existent. It was Ole defense. I mean, the two high players for the Knicks were Barrett and Julius Randle. They kind of filled up the score sheets for the Knicks. But let's not forget the other person who killed us. Okay, Terry Rozier with 22 points.
Scary Terry, that's right. I forgot about him.
Yeah, so they were you had to stop one of those guys. If you would have stopped Rozier, this game would have been closer, and the Knicks probably had a chance to win. You had to stop one of those three-headed monsters. They didn't, obviously. So you let Bridges score his 38 points, but you have to play better defense on Hayward and Terry Rozier, and that's Fournier land, and that's Barrett land there, because Barrett is the one that's on Hayward, and Rozier, that's Fournier type of guy. So a combination of both. And they didn't do enough defensively. And even Julius didn't do very well on the defensive end. The whole team collectively, let's say. You can't just single out players here. The Knicks defense was horrible. That first quarter, the Knicks lead was 12-11 at one point, and then the Charlotte Hornets just took off. They scored 34 points in that first quarter. And that was a difference maker. See, the Knicks made things close in that fourth quarter. They allowed their opponents 11 points. So they decided at the fourth quarter, hey guys, we have to play defense. And they decided to play defense with a LaMelo Ball not playing tonight, okay? There was no sighting of him. He was on the bench, basically. And the Knicks lose once again from not shooting free throws and for not being defensive-minded in those first three quarters.
Not only defensive minded, ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks had 15 turnovers compared to the Hornets 7. So that just tells you, I know we've been on cloud nine the last 10 games at a record of now 7-4, but it just comes to show you how you desperately need a point guard. Look at Charlotte with Scary Terry, who got the point guard starting job today because LaMelo Ball didn't need to play, but that's normally his job. What a nice acquisition to have. Unfortunately, we have Alex Burke and supporting cast right now because we have no legitimate starting point guard until Rose and Kemba come back. Derrick Rose looked really swaggy and nice with his little white suit on the bench today, but I didn't like that white suit. I'd rather see him in that orange and blue or white uniform because we desperately needed him. And I would even take Kemba Walker tonight because that ball was so stagnant. There was so much ISO going on in that first half. I saw it from Julius. I saw it from RJ. I saw it from everybody, including Alex Burke, who was supposed to be your ball distributor. Everybody was just kind of waiting for something to happen for the other person to take over. And like I said, I guess nobody had their coffee or somebody had a late night last night because, or maybe Your boy Evan Fournier was making French bread all last night because the man was a no-show today, offensively and defensively. I don't know what happened with him. Only good thing is Knicks, RJ Barrett and Obi and Julius Randle kept up with their rebounding. We got to see some glimmer from Obi Toppin when as far as scoring and doing some highlights, but not enough to keep him getting a lot of minutes in the game because his defense was horrible as well. So collectively as a team, the Knicks need help in the defensive end for today, and they definitely, which we've been speaking about the last few shows, we still need help at that point guard position. And I know me and you've been speaking the last few days, and you're saying I was looking to find the source that you heard, and I could not find it. I was gonna text you at 11:30 last night and say, "Where are you finding this?" Because if that Kemba Walker for Brunson little rumor is true, you heard it from him first. I'm all for it at this point.
Oh yeah, look, you hit it right on the head. Tonight's issue was if we had a true point guard, the transition would have been a little better. Burks is a part-time.
Yeah.
Quickly is a part-time point guard. You can't put this demands on them. Are they capable to play point guard? Yeah, a few games here, a few games there. But the last game we won because it was Julius Randle. He played the point forward, and he had like 9 assists in the last game. If you look at his stats today, he played well. I mean, he got his rebounds and everything. He only had 3 assists, and Barrett had the other 5. So who else was there? And remember, the last 3 or 4 games, the Knicks starting lineup had all pluses up and down the lineup. If you look at their starting lineup, -22, -25, -17, -16, -16. And the bench, you had Topping with a +12, Gibson with a +8, McBride in a short stint, he came in, a +8, +8 McBride, +8 Gibson, +5 quickly, so the whole bench was pluses when they came in, and the Knicks starting rotation. And that's the key to the starting rotation. When the starting rotation is playing well, you really don't need the bench that much. I mean, Grimes the other night scored 8 points. You didn't really need it because of the starting rotation was doing their thing. So this is the only thing you worry about, the Knicks' inconsistency, once again, of one night good, one night bad. And it's fortunately, they had 3 or 4 straight games that they played the defense and everything, like I was texting you earlier today when we were having our little text war about this and that. But the Knicks, in every sport, once again, defense, and especially in basketball, you play your defense, your offense will come. The defense is what you need in this basketball league to derive your offense to get to where they want to go. Tonight, the defense didn't do it. The Knicks scored 87 points. Is that enough to win a game? Probably not. But maybe another 3 points. If you score your free throws, you have 97. Or say you only miss 2 free throws, you have 95. Can 95 win you a game? You play defense? Yes, it can. So between your free throws and your defense, that is the reason why you lost the game this evening.
And your turnovers. 15 turnovers is way too many turnovers in this day and age. Back in the 90s, you could have won with this final score of 85. What was it? 85 we had? 87, excuse me. 87 points. You could easily win this game back in the 90s and even earlier 2000s. And you would have 22 turnovers. It was a different era, different kind of basketball. This basketball these days is a lot of offense, a lot of defense as well. But when you don't have none of them going, that's exactly what happened this afternoon. I mean, if we just look at these numbers here, the Knicks shot 35% from 3. So did they. They shot 41. We shot 40. So the only difference maker, really, if you really comes down to it, is turnovers. And like you said, Zenray, those free throws that we keep arguing about every single day. But I will tell you one thing I've noticed. That bench, although had positives and pluses this afternoon, I kind of seen the shift from the bench being the bench that it was at the beginning of the season and the starters really couldn't do anything. Now it's kind of the starters, with the exception of today, doing very well, but that second unit is missing something. Hold on, Aiden. And that second unit is missing Derrick Rose and Alex Burke in that rotation because they're lost without those guys. And that second unit that we were thriving about, saying it's the best bench in the NBA, I feel like it's lost its spunk. right now. And like I said, I know we got positives and pluses in there, but there's not too much to be too ecstatic about. Like, you don't sit there and say we got the best bench in the NBA as of late, because they've been very quiet. What do you think about that?
I agree. Look, I think what you mentioned there, this is what the Knicks to win basketball, you have to play, your starters have to gain the traction. Your bench only needs to come in just to hold the traction that you created. But like you said, it's out there the opposite of way. It was the opposite early in the season. It was the second unit coming in and creating the traction, and then bringing in starters to see if they can hold the traction that they created. So the last 3 games, that is the formula. We have to create the positives. So when we bring those bench players in, is to keep the score where it is, or to make the score even bigger for us. But today it didn't work out. Miles Bridges had 28 points in the first half. I thought he was gonna score 60.
So did I.
And at one point I was saying you have to come with a second half plan, is to kind of slow him down. Obviously they didn't do it because Terry Rozier, when they double team Miles Bridges. So basically, you left the point guard open, and you left your other shooter open, in Haywood and in Rozier. So basically, he played smart right there, because look at his numbers. He had, in 39 minutes of play, he had 12 rebounds, 5 assists. He was a plus 26 with 38 points. So now he hits the boards, and when they're double teaming him, he passes the ball out. So that's good to have a player like that. And Terry Rozier, for a point guard, that people complain that he's not really a true point guard, which I think he is. And I know one time last year there were trades that the Knicks could have gotten Terry Rozier for Knox and so forth and so on. I think it was Nicolatina, Knox, for Terry Rozier. I think it was a trade like that last year in a second-round pick. And he had 7 assists in 35 minutes of play. So between his 7 and Miles Bridges' 5, they had 12 assists in that first starting rotation. Look, like you mentioned it before we got on, it was Miles Bridges' night. You couldn't stop him. The only thing we had to do is try to stop the other 2 players in Hayward, who had 16, and Rozier, who had 22. That was our Achilles heel, and we didn't play defense. I mean, we held the team to 97 points. So we started playing better defense in that second half, but we couldn't score. I mean, look, as much as we want to say Randall was 6 of 16 from the field, 3 for 7 from 3-point range. He didn't play a bad game. He had 10 rebounds. He was negative 22, 18 points. We just had to have another player there. Evan Fournier was a disappointment tonight. That was a key guy, that when he doesn't shoot well and he doesn't play the defense that we expect him to play. Obviously, I hate to say the word horrible, but he was not good at all tonight defensively. You cannot have a player only score 6 points and play bad defense. That's a formula for disaster. And that's the same thing when you have Kemba in there. It's a two-edged sword there. So I don't know, Juby. The Knicks have to go back to the drawing board and see if they can start another winning streak. They go down to Minnesota tomorrow, or they're playing at home?
They're playing at home. So like I said, Tom Thibodeau's going to go and try to enjoy some birthday cake, probably with his family, and try to forget about this horrible loss today. I'm pretty sure he would have want to go out to celebrate with a W. But best believe he's going to tell his guys that they got some work cut out for them. They might if it's not tonight, they might have an early practice tomorrow, because Cat Williams and company is coming to town. And it's always interesting when Cat Williams is there, because that's another athletic big who has not been happy too much. It's somebody we and you spoke about in the last 2 seasons. Even since we had Kristaps Porzingis, we were talking about trading Porzingis for Cat Williams, Karl Anthony Towns. So it's going to be an interesting game tomorrow. Luckily, we could put this game behind us. I'm not going to call us trash or say that the Knicks are horrible. It's just one game. I'm going to have your mentality today. Let's just put this game behind us. Let's move forward. Let's definitely get back to the drawing board. And let's get back to that defensive intensity that we've been seeing the last 5 games. Or should I say the last 10 games? Because for the last 10 games, we've been 7-4. Well, 11 games now. 7-4.
Oh, but the last 3 or 4 games is the games we actually started playing that tight defense. Look, you can't win all the games. This early matinee probably had a lot to do with it. We can't make excuses for them. The team didn't gel the way they should have, and they couldn't score. Fournier, if he would have had an extra 10 points, his game is closer. Obviously, only had 6 points. That was a big disappointment in the lineup. So besides Barrett and Julius Randle, you need another scorer there. Obviously, it wasn't there. And let's see what happens tomorrow at the Garden against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah. I mean, and we saw McBride sighting. Unfortunately, it was just with 3 minutes to go. I wish they would give McBride, honestly, Ray. I know I've been giving you a hard time about McBride and what his value is, but to give that kid only 3 minutes and then you go give Taj Gibson 19 minutes, yeah, he gives you 6 rebounds, but he gave you 1 point. You know what I'm saying? Like, give some of those minutes to McBride. Let McBride get some shine. Now that Kemba Walker is out, obviously you needed some scoring. The kid a few weeks ago in the G League had 39 points. You know what he's capable of, and right. he could have probably sparked something. You know what I mean, and got the crowd involved in it. There was a lot of missing ingredients today. Most definitely. Like you said, maybe it was the matinee. We don't want to make excuses for them. I just hope moving forward, tomorrow night they come out with a different energy. Maybe Kemba Walker's back tonight. I haven't got the side on that note. But us as fans, and I'm pretty sure the management can see that New York is in desperate need of a legitimate point guard. And we're going to keep stressing that, and we're going to keep saying that until either they make a move or either Derrick Rose and Kemba Walker come back.
Totally agree. My sentiments are the same. That point guard, my sentiment's been there since the beginning. We need a point guard. I thought Kemba Walker was the answer. Obviously, he wasn't. He came back before he got injured. He looked good. We can afford having a point guard who doesn't play that elite defense, but as long as he scores, and we can afford having a Fournier who doesn't play that elite defense as well, but he has to score as well. He can't come on a night and just score 6 points. Minimum, he should have been 10 to 12 points tonight. This game would have been closer. Defensively, we didn't play well. So, and this is not only one person; this is a whole unit collectively. Because that whole front starting lineup, they were all negatives up and down that lineup. So, with that said, Juby, I'll see you tomorrow at after the game. Hopefully, I have surgery early tomorrow morning. Let's see if I can recoup fast enough to do the post game show.
Us here at Family Above Everything want to wish you the best, man. A successful surgery. You know that it's a lot of stuff going on right now in your life and in everyone's life out there. Just be positive. You're gonna be fine. It's gonna be a quick little thing tomorrow. I don't think you're gonna be ready for a podcast tomorrow night. So, I mean, if you're up for it, maybe we don't even do a video. Maybe we can just do a call. Depending on how you feel, just to kind of get your insight on what the game is. But we'll play it by ear because we don't know what that holds tomorrow.
Yep, I agree, Juby, and thank you for your encouraging words. I look forward to you seeing tomorrow. If not, we'll do a over the phone type of thing to get this show always going. And with that said, Juby, let the universe enlighten all Knick Nation and all around the world, including yourself, your family, and mine, Juby, knowing that the best is yet to come with love, peace, and gratitude. Zenray out.
Later,
go
brother.
Knicks, go New York, go New York, go.
Go New York, go New York. All the best, brother. Catch you later.
Zenray out. Thank you.
All right, guys. That was Zenray with Zenray Sports TV. He's going to be having a little procedure tomorrow night. So, we wish him all the best, a speedy recovery, and he can be back up on here. Him going back and forth with me and ranting. But for the rest of the evening, guys, I'm going to just chillax. If you guys want to see some gameplay, some chill vibes, and some competitive gaming, maybe not even just some relaxed gaming, head over to my Twitch channel, where I'm on the road to be, trying to become affiliated. Any help on that department, getting my average viewership up, will be greatly appreciated. Come on this journey with me, where once I achieve that goal, all this hair will be cut off, and I'll completely go bald. And I'll also be giving a giveaway, which I'll be announcing when that time comes, either on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch on my streams. But definitely check me out. For those of you who watch this show live, I appreciate you coming in. For those of you who watch it later on a replay, thank you for watching. If you like what you heard, and if you want to keep up to date with everything Knicks, don't forget to hit that thumbs up for your boys and hit that like button. Hit that notification button. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, guys. See you out there. And as always, family above everything. Stay safe, guys. Peace.
We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks.
Say go New York, go New York, go.
Go New York, go New York, go.
Say go New York, go New York, go.
Go New York, go New York, go.
We're back on track, here we come. League is done in 21 and the Knicks are on a run. And I'll tell you with Tibbs, we a bit too much to handle. With Barrett, Bullock, Burst, and Randall, it's the Knicks and we're taking back our place. Everyone's gearing up with a mask on their face. The Garden's going crazy and they're doing it for a reason. Since 21 is the Knickerbocker season. You better believe the Knicks got all that it takes. We shooting 3-pointers and we're running fast breaks. And if your defense makes a mistake, then BAM! Robbie dunks in your face. This is a team you don't wanna miss. We are New York. We are the New York Knicks.